You know what? I have come to realize that AI, as we think of it right now, is just a free trial, and we're going to be very sorry we didn't see that sooner. And trust me, paying $20 or $50 per month for an AI tool is still what I consider the free trial, because the payment will be much higher very soon. Let's talk about it. There was an MIT study on the use of LLMs in creative writing recently, and it found out that people who used a lot of AI to help them write were cognitively impaired. They weren't connecting the dots as fast anymore. They weren't even able to recall what they wrote about after a very short while. It's like the brain connections weren't forming because you outsourced a lot of the creative problem solving to an AI tool. And on top of that, there is also a much weaker sense of authorship. So a feeling of, hey, I made this. No, you didn't. ChatGPT did. And all of that leads to huge cognitive debt that will make those companies exploit you very, very soon. And here is how. Using AI right now kind of feels like playing life on cheat codes. You're way faster, way more efficient, and you can get more work done. But you're cognitively reversing. Getting dumber might be putting it too harshly, but it's generally in that direction. You're not becoming a superhuman. You're becoming a monkey that is throwing feces at a problem and hoping that some will stick and come back with a solution. And generally, that's what most AI users are like. Just a faster monkey with like a machine gun shit thrower. Because yes, you feel more productive, but you don't feel like you're actually solving a problem anymore. It's A to B to C to D, but you have no idea what happens between them. You just get from one point to the next, to the next, to the next, and by the time you're at the end of that process, you don't even remember why you started in the first place. That leads to not stimulating the brain. Neuroplasticity declines, new connections aren't forming as fast, and you feel like to achieve anything, even like the simplest of tasks, you really need your LLM. So it's kind of like the LLM has to come in and save you. So it's gonna save you and do the thinking for you, because you've become so lazy that you just really needed to do that thinking. This is why it's really a free trial, even if you pay for it. I've heard stories and seen many of them posted online of developers paying 10 or 15 extra dollars to use an LLM, a coding LLM, to solve a problem for them that would probably take them 10 minutes to solve themselves. Yet still, their preference wasn't really about time saving here, because in many cases, tweaking that prompt will take you more time than writing it yourself. But you're so reliant on that technology, on that outsourcing of your thinking, then you're just fine paying a little extra so you don't have to think. And I believe that AI right now is heavily underpriced on purpose. It's $20 or $30 or $50, but the electricity costs, the processing costs, or the investments that people put into those companies aren't even really about the profit yet. They're about you getting used to using AI for all your thinking, and then at some point, they're just gonna raise the prices massively. And at that point, you'll realize that without AI, you're nothing. You can't do the simplest things because you just outsourced your thinking way too much. Those brain connections aren't forming, and yeah, you'll be paying them dearly. Some of those AI coding tools already raised their prices and people were complaining, but that's just a little entry. That's kind of like an intro to what's truly coming. They just want you a little bit more addicted to not thinking yourself. And ultimately, you know what's gonna happen. You will be paying to think. You may be double or triple as efficient, but at the same time, without that tool, you're not efficient at all. You're even less efficient than you were. And once they get you, once you won't be able to easily revert back to your old self, which is gonna be dumber and dumber and dumber, then to be smarter again, you'll have to pay and pay and pay. Welcome to the future of artificial intelligence, when it artificially replaces your own intelligence. Unless you won't let it. Do you think it's gonna play out like that? Let me know in the comments.